Important affirmation of our work were the participants of the first conference on a global ethic and traditional Chinese ethics in Beijing, already emphasized in the year 1997 that the Chicago Declaration is, I quote, of great significance in a time when the world urgently needs an ethical foundation, and of greatest value because it includes within the scope of discussion not only religious but also non-religious circles. Quite rightly, they emphasized that global ethics is an open system and its conception is a starting point, not a final destination. We must continue, they say, the dialogue and the communication on the foundation of mutual tolerance and understanding, and the Beijing conference expressed its threefold hope. First, that the conception of a global ethic could be enriched and perfected, publicized and practiced to benefit the establishment of moral relations between all peoples and nations. Second, that it might make further progress and incorporate and adapt the standpoints of the representatives of the religious, political, academic and other fields of each and every people and culture. And third, that it might become a common consciousness shared by all citizens, organizations and nations, thus improving the moral condition of China and the world. End of quotation. Last year, I took part with Hans Küng in the Second World Conference on Sinology held at the Renmin University and together with our guests of the Beijing University. In this connection, the invitation of the Chinese Minister of Religion, we got the invitation of the Chinese Minister of Religion to a private evening dinner in his residence, and it proved particularly interesting and instructive. There we had an intensive exchange about the role of religion today and about the religious situation in China today. I was astonished to note how great is the interest, not just political, but also personal, of high-ranking representatives of China's political and party leadership for things religious. Our discussion partners showed themselves well informed about the global ethic idea and emphasized how valuable this notion is for contemporary China. And why should this be the case? Although the global ethic idea arose out of the experience with dialogue between religions, it appeals to all human beings, whether religious or non-religious. Precisely in China, we see how important it is to focus the interreligious dialogue not only on conversations, research, exchange between religious people, but also to open up the dialogue between religions and religious communities to include a dialogue with the secular civil society as well. In China, somewhere about 300 million people are estimated to be religious. More exact numbers are not available since official censuses exclude questions of religion. In addition, as you know, even when religious affiliation may play a vital role in one's private life, there's often great reluctance, depending on the religion in question, to come out publicly as a member of a particular religious community. Nevertheless, whatever course religious life may take in the China of the future, and whatever forms of relationship between state and religion may take, the globalization process will inevitably leave its traces not only on China's economy, but also on its cultural life. On the one hand, religion will become more and more self-evidently present, even independently, over religious institutions. On the other hand, innumerable men and women with goodwill, with good reasons and in full freedom, choose to live without religion and to shape their lives without it. More than ever, we must learn that we have a common responsibility for our societies. Notwithstanding all differences, we need common rules of the game in our societies, moral values, norms and ethical standards, which will allow us to live in peace and harmony, irrespective of borders between worldviews, ethnic groups, cultures and nations.